Hi there, my name is Chris Winter, and in this video we're going to go through a couple of cameras with flip screens, so hopefully I can help you figure out which one might be best for you. And guys, if you make YouTube videos, definitely make sure to check out my brand new list that I just made, the best cameras for YouTube. I go through some of the cameras that would be best for you, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description box below this video and you can take a look. But anyway, let's take a look at some of these cameras and figure out which camera might be the right choice for you. So today's question says, hey Chris, I've been using a Nikon D 3300 for the last 2 years as my main camera. I'd like to start using video more and making some YouTube videos. The D 3300 doesn't have a flip around screen though, so I would like to get a camera with one of those. Which would you think are good? And I actually really like the Nikon D 3300. I've actually been using the Nikon D 3400 for a few years now and think that this is a really good beginner camera, but you're right, it does miss that flip out screen. It's only got the standard LCD screen on the back, and if you're going to be doing video, generally it's a good thing to do. But firstly, let's just quickly talk about why we would want a flip out screen. Well, there are a few different reasons, but the main reason, especially if you are going to be doing video and filming yourself, is that you can actually see yourself. So let's say we're going to be vlogging or something. I've got a Canon SL2 right here. We can flip the screen out and see yourself to make sure you're in focus and you're in frame. Now, if you're going to be making YouTube videos like I'm doing right now, I've actually got no one behind the camera, but I can see myself if I look a little bit to the right and make sure that I'm in focus. I can see that my face is in focus. Having that flip screen really is great. It really takes a lot of the guessing game out. The other reason is that if you are going to be shooting some still photography or something, you can actually move the screen out and get a little bit lower and really work on your composition. So let's say you're taking a shot down low, you can see the screen right here rather than having that kind of go down. Or if you're going to be shooting up high, say you're at a concert or something, you can have your screen up here and really see what you want to be doing. So like I said before, I've got a couple of different cameras right here, and I'll also talk about a few others from a few different brands, but probably the first DSLR that I would be thinking would be quite good for you, and that's in your similar price ranges, your D3300, is this one right here. This is the Canon SL2 or 200D. It's a relatively new camera, probably came out 6 months ago, and I really do like it for a few different reasons. Firstly, of course, we do have that flip out screen. So this here is a fully articulating screen, which means you can flip it out, you can spin it, you can also even flip it back in with the hard side on the back here, which protects it during travel. It's also got really good autofocus in both stills and video mode. It's got a thing called dual pixel autofocus, which is new for this camera, and that means you can get fantastic smooth cinematic autofocus pretty much wherever you point it. So I'm actually using dual pixel autofocus right now, and you can see as I move in and out or side to side, my face stays in focus. It really is fantastic. The other things that are quite good for this camera with what you're looking at is that you've got a microphone jack, which means you can throw something like a Rode Video Micro on top here and get some much better quality audio sound. And the other thing is that it's a smaller package. So compared to something like this one here, the Canon 70D, this is quite a lot smaller, and this could be quite good for you. Now, if you want something even smaller, I'd take a look at something like this, the Canon M50. This is brand new, literally came out just a few weeks ago. The Canon M50 is a really good little camera. Again, it's got that dual pixel autofocus from Canon, which is really quite good. You've got that microphone jack, and this one here also has that flip out screen, a fully articulating screen, which works really well. We've even got a LCD viewfinder right here, which means if I look through here while I'm taking video, because it's an electronic viewfinder, I can actually see what I'm doing and what I'm filming, whereas with something like a DSLR, once the video started recording, you have to look on the back of the LCD screen. So that's one benefit for the Canon M50. In terms of other camera brands, I'd also take a look at something like Nikon. They have the Nikon D 5600, which is a fantastic DSLR, and it's one of Nikon's only cameras that has a fully articulating screen, which means it can flip out to the side rather than flipping up. Now they've got some other DSLRs such as the Nikon D500 and the D7500, but they don't really flip up like the Nikon D5600 does. Now the D5600 is great in photo mode, but it's not great in video mode. It does shoot quite good video quality, but its autofocus isn't up to the standard of Sony or Canon. Panasonic also have a couple of really good flip out cameras. You've got the Panasonic G7, which is one of my favorites. It shoots in 4K, whereas a lot of these cameras here, other than the M50, only shoot in 1080p. The M50 shoots in 4K. The Panasonic G7 is a great camera and very popular for tech YouTubers because they know that they can get great 4K video quality at a really good price. If you want to step up your game again, you could look at the Panasonic G80 or G85, and you could also look at the Panasonic GH4, which is a little bit older now, or the GH5, which is probably out of your price range, but to me, the Panasonic GH5 is one of the best cameras you can get in terms of stills and video quality. It shoots great 4K video, but also has really good slow motion as well. So definitely take a look at that in a few years, or if your budget allows you to step up that much. Sony also makes some great cameras with flip out screens, although it's really important to note that their flip out screens are a little bit different. Whereas Canon's and Panasonic flip out screens flip to the side, again, Sony's only flip up, which is a little bit limiting. And I would really like to see Sony come out with a different style of flip out screen, a fully articulating screen. But if you do want to see some of them, take a look at the Sony a6300, Sony a6500, and then maybe a little bit later on, when you get a little bit more money, take a look at the Sony a7 lines. They're fantastic as well. So there you go, guys. There were a couple of different options for cameras with flip out screens. Hopefully I helped you even just a little bit. And guys, if you make YouTube videos, definitely make sure to check out my brand new list that I just made, the best cameras for YouTube. I go through some of the cameras that would be best for you. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description box below this video and you can take a look. That's it for me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.